What is more fun than vanilla Minecraft? That's right, modded Minecraft. And we are going to use the mod pack Go Create that has over 200 mods and 600 quests. There is something for everyone in Go Create, like automation, magic, combat with new gear and mobs, as well as boss fights, more biomes and few other worlds, a ton of extra foods, coffee, energy drink, furniture, blocks and so on and so forth. It's too much to name into the intro. I will be playing this multiplayer season with JD and Salix, and 2 times a month we will put up a stream which we're going to battle with the mobs and the bosses while we build our own kingdoms and shopping districts on the Mushroom Island. And there will be so much more, so let's get into it.
How'd you do that? I forgot how to do that.
One is crouch, and
Just
the throw
hit.
button.
Hold on, wait. What was the throw button?
Just you
Q, right?
The punch button.
punch
Yeah, which one?
the left mouse button, bro. Jeez, how long do you play Minecraft?
Hey, I forget that.
And so, long story short, I have arrived in the location where I'm going to build my kingdom, which is basically right down here into this birch forest. At some point, no tree will be standing right down here. The reason why I've chosen this location is because it's nice and flat. I got a lot of flat land around me. We got the beautiful flower field over there. We got this beautiful prairie over there. Now, what I like about this location is that the water isn't very deep down here. We can make like a beautiful little harbor right down here. However, I do have a couple of things in the area. As you can see right down there, we have a battle tower, which it's called. And the only way for me to get rid of this battle tower is of course on a Friday, where we're going to turn the mobsters on, and then we can get rid of the spawners, we can loot this place. But I can just quickly show you inside what this is all about. I think the door should be right out here. So the battle tower downstairs, it's all okay and fine. And the 2 chests down below are empty. So you do have a chest here. I'm not going to look into it just yet. We got a lot of cobwebs, and now I'm not going to get rid of all of the spawners. I think I will get rid of this one once it is time. We basically made the rule on this server that, well, we cannot loot places where there are mobs to spawn, because that would make the game a little bit too easy if it's about, you know, the loot that is around here. I can probably not show you upstairs, but there is a chance that upstairs there's like a little logging camp, which is a bit weird. It's a couple of logs. There's a saw machine, there are more chests upstairs, and or I do believe on the hill over there, which I can show you on the map, there is another battle tower right down here. Ooh, my throat. Now we also have a little house down here. Let's just go there first. I would like to show you what this little house is all about. I'm gonna show you everything that this mod has to offer. We're also gonna take a little look at the quest logs, and there is a lot to come up. So one of the reasons that I also like this area is because there are a lot of animals around here, which is very nice. And this... Oh! Okay, bear. I'm not looking forward to those bears. Right now they are calm. But once the mobs are turned on Friday's battle stream, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Alright, so down here, you can find these buildings all over the place, but this is a building where there is a gatekeeper. Yeah, this guy, let me just turn this back on. This guy is a gatekeeper, not an gatekeeper. And this guy, you can buy a book from him, you can buy a special lighter from him, and with that you can go on to new adventures, but it will cost some stuff. Now, I'm actually not sure if this house contains a portal, because yeah, this is a different house. Some of the gatekeeper's house, when you come in towards the right, there is a little ladder that goes upstairs, and upstairs it's like a secret room type of deal. There is one of the portals that we are going to need to use in order to go to another world. I kind of realize right now that not all the gatekeeper houses are the same. In here though, oh, will you look at that? This is the portal. These bricks are called lunar stone bricks, and lunar is another planet to say. It's good to know. It's good to know. Now another nice thing of the map that I actually have is that if I press one of the buttons, you can see that it changes. You can put it on daytime, but I like this one, and I think you can enlarge in it like that for a bit, and I can zoom in with plus. This will actually show you how flat the land is around here. So you can see it is pretty flat. And of course we also have the big menu down here. Now this is the starters island. Here is going to be the shopping district and whatnot. I do know JD will have his base right out here. I'm not sure yet where Salix will have his base. I actually went into this a couple days before I'm recording this. Now maybe one of these houses of the gatekeepers also have a portal. This down here, we are going to take a look at that eventually. I have an idea what that will be. This mod also contains underground villages. There we go. I couldn't find my words for a second. Now I don't have a complete idea just yet what I exactly want to do around here, but I think I want to make like bridges to there. I want to have my building go around this little harbor type of idea. The water. I'm gonna make a lot of fun stuff around here. I will at some point, I think I want to make the river a little bit wider, so maybe we can even go through with a giant ship. In fact, right, just have to fantasize that, because apparently in this mod, this is an older type of mod, but we like to play with it because the create mod that we found at first has a little bit of a bug, and this bug is actually that the quests are not showing up, which is a shame. I went to the Discord of Mr. Beardstone. People were trying to help me out, but we couldn't figure this out. And then JD said, you know, let's try something else, see if it works. And he found this mod pack, which is just amazing. Now let's do first the introduction. Welcome to Create. Have fun. If you do not know how to craft an item for a task, simply click on the item. The recipe will be shown. Now I'm going to explain you way more things that I already discovered, because JD and I and Salix actually have been trying this mod out for 2 weeks. We've been playing it daily to figure out if we like this mod or not. So let's get this cookie. This cookie for now is useless, but once the battle stream is on, we want to have all the food that we can find. Okay, mod pack changes. Go create features, custom recipes, and modified or generation. Many recipes have been changed to make use of these features from other mods. Copper, zinc, and lead ore can only be found in the Twilight Forest. We will go to the Twilight Forest too. There are a couple of bosses in the Twilight Forest. It's a really strange area though. But give me that peanut butter cookie. Custom content. Go to the create custom content. The Go Create uses Cube J5 or JS to add custom items, blocks, and fluids. There are new crafting materials used in many recipes, new foods to try, and new ore storacium. Storacium, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, which can only be found in the Undergarden. Ooh, mysterious. Yeah, it's used for refined storage mod. And we're gonna get some candy, which is a light meal. We just gotta check this off, which in Mr. Beardstone's mod pack, you also have this check mark, and I didn't do that for a long time, that I actually had to click on it after reading, because most of other things will go automatically. Once you complete something, it will check it off itself. Right, then we have rewards. Completing quest chapters will provide you with greater rewards. Check them out in the reward chapter. Check it off, and we're gonna get banana bread. And then the last one, create a team with /FTB teams party create. We're not gonna do this, but we're gonna check it out. Oh boy. And we're gonna get a cooked egg as a reward. Delicious. And so on and so on. You guys know the overworld which we're in right now. We got the Nether, we got the End. The new worlds are the Twilight Forest, the Undergarden, and Blue Skies. I would swear there is another one though. More about that later on. So right down here, we got the Create mod, which is all about automation, about fluids, and a lot of things. You can even make like custom train contraptions and all kinds of weird stuff. We're gonna get into all of this good stuff at some point. You got advanced creation, which also has like a robot arm and potato cannon. That's nice. I didn't even do that one though. It has all kinds of crazy stuff, even a bar of chocolate. So we got electrical stuff. I'm not sure just yet where to use this for. Will make sense at some point. We got Create Cafe, which is all about coffee, chocolate, ice cream. It even has fries with mayo. Fries in a cone with mayo, popular in Belgium and the Netherlands. I think that is cool because, you know, I am from the Netherlands. And then we have the transportation, which we have one type of locomotive. Like I've been saying before, this is an older mod, but it's still a lot of fun. In the future, I might just take care for the newer mod, right? Yeah, we got jetpacks and stuff and all kinds of crazy things. We got storage, which we're gonna make backpacks, we're gonna make drawers, we're gonna make a whole automated storage system, advanced storage, this stuff, Eidolon. I'm not really sure what this all is, but we will discover it along the way. And then we got resourceful bees. There are bees. Well, in Minecraft, there are bees, but there are multiple bees. There's not just the hunting bee. We also got enchanting bee. We got a solar bee and the redstone bee and zombies and RG bees. And the nice thing of this mod is that we have this list here, which contained over 106. Well, it has 106 pages with all kinds of stuff and things, which it's insane. It's a lot. And if I type in bees for an example, you can see an RGB. Rose quartz bees, and there's a whole thing with these bee stuff. We will get into it at some point. As you can see down here, I have already been into the create mod. But the nicest thing, I will just show you in a minute how you can add recipes, how you can select recipes, which in Bedrock Edition you have like a book. You click on this book and this book will show you a list. I'm not sure in vanilla Java if you have that kind of deal, but you could select a recipe. You don't have that in this game. But what you can do is click on here, right, and click on this plus icon. Now this will only work, for example, if you are in the workbench. You look into the workbench, you select stuff from here, you click on the plus, and it will automatically add everything to the workbench, which is super handy. You can also see how you can create it on different ways, how you can get it on different ways. This mod pack is absolutely insane. Now, besides resourceful bees, we got chef. This is something JD really likes to do, like cooking stuff, farming stuff. You also have energy drinks. We haven't figured this out yet. We will make energy drinks and see if they give you like a special buff, which is kind of cool. You also have alcoholic drinks like beer, wine, whiskey, vodka. And then we got some different other challenges. Now these challenges are a little bit insane. For example, have 10 stacks of iron for all your recipe needs. So after you got 10 stacks, oh yeah, well 10 stacks is 640 iron bars. After you've done that, you're gonna get some rewards. And these rewards are very useful. Of course, I would like to create mod. I would like to make a custom mining machine, which require a lot of drills. Now we also got the hit list. That these are all the bosses, because this is the Ender Dragon. Then we got all kinds of other bosses to be found elsewhere in this world or in the other world. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then we have the collection. Now the collection is just basically you need to collect some stuff and things. Once you've done that, for example, the Elder Steel set. If you collect all of these, you're gonna get some more stuff and things, and sometimes you can get multiple rewards. That creates crates of food travel. Anyways, long story short, we're gonna have a lot of fun with this mod. I did have to make a boat, so I already completed one of these. I need to click on the apple, never mind. For this one, I got an iron sword and some XP, which is very nice, and then I think I should have everything. There we go. Alright, let's play Minecraft, which at first we're going to need to get some wood. Now there is actually a saw, which is called a mechanical saw. If you place that at a tree, with the tree needs to have one block touch the ground. You have like a hand crank. You can hand crank the saw if you don't have automation systems yet. And once you destroy this block that touches the floor, the whole tree will basically fall down, which is super duper nice. That one was Now, the whole thing with the leaves is different in this game than vanilla. So if I would destroy, yeah, you see, it goes away pretty quick. Basically, if it doesn't make any contact with the tree that is near it in this case, like that, it all disappears very quickly, which is super duper nice. Now, we have also discovered that in this game you can get multiple seeds from these grasses, which basically, for example, this one is a rice seed. You can have a whole chest full with different kinds of seeds. With barley seeds, like corn seeds, with beetroot seeds, you can get everything from it. So what I'm going to do... What is this? I haven't seen this one just yet while I was just finding my spot. Oh. Wait, is this one of these? It is! I have been hearing about this in, what is that? In the igloos. Oh, look at that! Okay, so this is not a mob spawner, so I'm basically legitimately allowed to just take what is in here. I think in vanilla Minecraft, correct me if I'm wrong, there should be igloos, and in those igloos you have like a secret hatch that also goes down to this. Yeah, I think I know why you're here, buddy, because you need to change into a zombie, I believe. Yeah. This is a cool find. I got this thing. Gonna make a chest out of it, of course. I need so much stuff. You got eggs, you got chickens. And I have to be careful for wolves. Not that they attack me, but they will eat everything that moves. Now behind here we got another beautiful field of flowers. It's pretty flat around this area. It is amazing, this area. I love it a lot. Now the one thing I'm going to keep an eye out is on straw, well, basically all kinds of bushes, because there are 4 of them. There is strawberry, raspberry, blueberry and blackberry, and apparently if I press on L, we still have the advancement tab. In one of the advancement tab, it showed me that, it's crazy guys, there is so much, yeah, this one, very good. Collect all wild berry variants. Strawberries, and there are 3 remaining. It took me forever when we were testing this mod to actually find blackberries, and ironically they were laying behind the base where we were at. Alright, so by my calculations it seems like most stuff is flat on this ground. Now I am going to need to be sure, because I would actually like to flatten everything out. Eventually, if it's getting too hilly, too big, then I won't flatten it out. Yeah, I think I will keep this as my main ground and then just flattening it all out. I'm going to place down some chests. We're going to make some tools. I will close up holes like this. However, I'm going to use this for getting some goodies. Maybe I should actually save this cave up. It's actually a very nice cave. It's not too bad. You guys might have an insanely bad view right now. You know what, I'm going to save this cave up and then see what kind of ores and stuff it will give me. Now also a fun thing, and this is something I should also keep in mind, some of these colored trees have additional type of chests. Which, I mean, if you type chest, for example, you can see we got oak chests, we got spruce chests, we got bird chests, and so on and so on. You can have different team type of chests, which is pretty neat and pretty cool. Apparently, for the birch tree that I cut down, we don't have any chests. Now the one thing I should not forget always at the beginning is try to get stone tools ASAP. That's gonna make things a lot more handier. Alright, we got into the Stone Age. Let's see what we got. X marked the spot. I think this is for the chest that I found, so we already got some gold, which is delicious. And the storage. We got some charcoal. Thank you, thank you. I think the Stone Age is actually the advancements. You know, something I'm gonna need to look into. There is so much in this mod pack. I absolutely love it. So right, we got some iron ore, which is delicious. Yeah, it's for the beginning that, you know, there are certain things like diorite or andesite in this case. It's something I'm going to need a lot of. once, messing around with the create mod, because you need a lot of that along with iron nuggets. Now, since this is a older Minecraft, also it's a 1.6, that means there is no deep slate. There is no going below 0, which strip mining is again a thing in this mod, which is just fantastic. Strip mining was always amazing to do. It's very satisfying. The new Minecraft, it feels very punishing, trying to just play the game. I mean, I get it if it's about difficulty. I wish they would add a difficulty once you generate a map, though. Like, hey, you want to have an easy map with a lot of ores, you want to have it difficult with lesser ores, something like that. Just, like the overall base game difficulty type of deal. We also got clay, which is also very nice. We got a lot of this. We also have this type of deals, scoria stone. Alright, that was all the stone I could get. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, we have this rocky stone, which is, it's a little bit like cobblestone, but a little meshier, and also a little lesser meshier, if you would. Alright, now I can basically, make some good tools out of this. There we go. And of course, some more of these, please. Right, and made an advancement. I need to look at the difference between advancement and whatever. So yeah, this is basically also the kind of the same /ish as the quest book. Only the quest book, you can get some extra rewards. So andesite, find in the ground or made with quartz. In the end, you can make a lot of stuff from cobblestone. You can make sand from cobblestone, which you first need to make into gravel. From gravel, you make it into sand. From sand, you make it into limestone. You can also get bone meal. You can get a lot of stuff from just working with the basic items you get in the game. Because what I'm trying to say here is, if you want to make gravel out of cobblestone, you need to have a grindstone. Not to mistaken with the millstone. I think it's advanced stuff. Yeah, right down here. And the nicest thing of this whole mod is there are some items of create that if you hover over it in this menu, it says hold W to ponder. So if I hold W, it shows you what you can do with this stuff, which is just fantastic. So you put something in there and it crushes it. You can do that with a lot of stuff. Now you get crushed gold. You can make a whole mechanical system out of it, which is so neat. It's like the perfect satisfactory, to be honest. Just for example, dried kelp. If you left click on it, it will show you how you can make dried kelp, right? But what if you want to know what you can do with it? You right click on it and it will show everything what you can do with it. It's insane, this mod, and there are so many ways that you can do something with it. Look at that, you can make sushi from it by just throwing everything into a blender. JD is gonna love this whole cooking stuff. There is so much in this mod, it's fantastic. Yeah, sure, give it to me. Alright, we need to make an andesite alloy, which is easy. Which I have a bar. So if you do this, we're gonna get 9 nuggets. And then you need to do this. We've been playing for 2 weeks, so I know the recipe. Now we have andesite alloy. There we go. We get another reward. And we get an egg sandwich. Now from this point on, we can move on to whatever. Now, down here, you have the mechanical saw. You can do a lot of things with this mechanical saw. You can just put blocks on it, and then these blocks will be put into those blocks. You can throw a whole stack on it, and it will just do the whole stack. If you do it again, you get planks. You can make a whole conveyor belt. You can also put stone on them, which I didn't know. You can also put a filter on it. So if there is a certain item you want to make from it, you can just use a filter. Which is fantastic, right? Now, it doesn't show you that you can do stuff with the trees. We're going to need to have iron sheets. Now, how do we make iron sheets? Well, I believe if you click on it, yeah, we need to have a stamper. I know it's a pressing machine. Now, do we make a pressing machine? Well, click on it. Doesn't. Okay, it will cost 2 cogwheels, an andesite casing, a full block of iron, and 1 andesite alloy. Ooh boy. Alright, I got 11 iron ore. This should basically be enough in order to create a block of iron. I'm not sure if we're gonna get some more stuff from getting a block of iron. That might be possible. Oh boy, I got a feel I'm going to go all over the place with this this mod pack. At least for the beginning. Later on things will be a little bit more take it easy. Now I see that we actually got some leather. Now the nicest thing is, if I'm not wrong, you might be able to make a backpack in 4 leather, a chest, and 4 strings. Did I have? I have 2 strings. I guess I'll just have to wait with these strings for now. Right, we want to create 1 iron block, which we don't get anything. Now I could take a little look in here and see, you know, if there is something we can do in order to get some more iron. If we create a smithing table, which just costs 2 bars, then we're gonna get 8 iron ore back. Let's grab a smithing table. It's a bit cheaty, but that's the whole fun with the mod, right? You need to work very hard to, in the end, get a lot of fun stuff. So now we got this thing, which we actually don't need, but we do get 8 iron ore. Now, if I'm lucky, there will be a tiny little dwarf trader spawning with me. And with this dude, if you trade 1 iron ore, you get 2 iron bars. I believe that was the case though. Alright, let's plop these dudes around here. I know I don't have that much, but yeah, we need to do it. Okay, so the way how we make little cogwheels is we need to make buttons. I remember that one. In this case, I'm just going to grab a whole bunch because you're going to need to have a lot of buttons in the future. And then I believe if we do this, I'm going to get 8 of those. Now, 8 of those with 1 of these is going to make a lot of those, which we also needed. Now, in order to make andesite casing, we need to do that, which is just planks and 1 log and 2 of these at the side. We're gonna get 4 of these guys, which need to be put right on top of here, with 1 of these here, and then I just made 1. So this should be the recipe for what we need. So let's just add all of that in here. There we go. Now we got a stamping thing. Now the one thing we're going to need, which I like anyways, is a base, I believe it's called. No. Okay, so I'm looking for something. I don't know what it's called. So let's hold W on the stamping thing. This is what I need, a depot. Okay. Now let's add the depot to this list. All I have to do is A, and now it's added to this list of recipes. With this thing, just need that and that. Okay. Now that, this, and now we have that thing. Okay, now we're going to need to take care that this thing turns around, and we can do that or with water wheels, wind power, or steam power. In this case, we are not that far, so we're going to make a hand crank. Hand crank is a shaft. I might have another issue, maybe not. I think, yeah, shafts are created like that. So we do this. Now we have a hand crank. Beautiful. Okay, so how about we place this for now? How about right down there? And this one on top. Oh no, what happens? Well, sometimes you have to press shift to crouch, just like some other items, and then you can put it on top. And then put that one on there. So now we're going to need to have, I think, 3. Got 1, 2, 3 of these. Q is to do 1 stack, hold control and Q is to do a whole stack. If you have a good aim, it will work instantly. If your aim is like me, there we go. That is 1, 2, and of course 3. Then we take it Now we got some iron sheets. Alright, I'm not sure if we're there just yet. Yeah, okay, let's just add this recipe. As you can see, I don't have to do anything more. And now I got a mechanical saw, and this thing is freaking amazing. The only thing I have to do is borrow this hand crank. I mean, I can make multiple, but at the beginning we're not that rich, right? So let's take that tall oak right down here. Now, if you place it down, it will face wherever, you know, you're standing for some reason. There's all kinds of reasons for that, because you can use the mechanical saw as a, you know, conveyor belt contraption, but you can also use this for trees, the way how you do it. Hold shift to crouch, face the ground towards the tree, and then there it is. And hand crank. This is the best machine ever invented. And this whole tree goes down, and all the logs are with it. Alright, for now I think this will do for right now. But like I've been saying before, I'm not going to flatten everything out. I'm just going to flatten things out where it's possible to flatten out. If things go too much hilly, then I will leave it like that. So what I would like to do is make a start of a house right where we're standing. I would like to use this corner right down here, which on the map it's very clear. We can make like a nice corner piece out of this right out here, and you know, have like a little bit of a dock. I want to be careful with the water. I want to keep these fish, because fishing is also a thing in this game, which you can get these big guys, small guys, and yeah, it will give us a lot of goodies. Alright, so it has been a week already, and as you can see behind me, I've been building the whole house, and I got a lot of stuff to tell you. Now, of course, this house is not finished on the inside because, you know, I didn't do any interior stuff. However, I did move up all my stuff that was around in this area. Been cutting down a little bit more forestry over there. The extra things we got is I took a couple of cows. They were actually in that area, and I thought, you know, let's trap them. We also got the chickens now right in here, and the way how to get in there is via the top, because normally you would put like a piece of carpet onto the fence and you can hop in easily. Getting through these doors each time, these chickens will escape, which is just very annoying. I also took some sheep right in here. And on this side, we can go along onto this, well, bit of a dock type of idea. And I noticed while building a couple of things here in the water, and that is that the pikefish actually attack the salmon fish, and once they kill them, they drop items. It's basically like when you start fishing, you reel in the fish, and once you reel in the fish, you have a chance to get a goodie. Yeah, so the roof is made of driftwood, and driftwood is found everywhere along rivers or just down below the rivers or at the ocean, and I needed a lot of that stuff, and gladly I could trade with Salix and JD for that stuff. Is that a bone? I need that bone. So I got all my furniture for now right down here. A couple of chests out here and a couple of chests out there, as well as a couple of workbenches down here. For the first house, yeah, it's nice. It's absolutely ginormous though, but I really love it. Come in here. We're going to have some workspace right out here with different kind of contraptions, with most of the stuff will be in the basement, which I'm gonna show you off in a second. Anyways, once we go upstairs, the room looks like this. It's very structural. Now I'm trying to make it look strong. I'm not sure just yet what I want to do upstairs. Now, of course, we're going to have enchantment stuff and a couple of other things. I want to just make the place look nice, make like a bedroom and whatnot. There's a lot of room for things. Now, of course, the basement. Like I've been saying, I wanted to dig stuff out, which I did. So in the basement, it looks like this. Down here, we're going to make some water wheels, power. Of course, on land, we're going to make some windmills. Maybe we're going to make some steam engines down here. Now, eventually, I want to take out maybe 2 or 3 more of these blocks, and then we have like the bottom floor, because this is not very high. Yeah, okay, so now we have a backpack, and because I made some green dye, I would like to colorize this thing, because my favorite color is green. As you can see, I also got my green cape. So in this case, I think all I have to do is Oh, it's at the bottom. Okay, so all I have to do is place this guy here and this one there. Now we got a green backpack. Now the nicest thing of backpacks is, let me just show you, we can actually upgrade the backpack. And the reason why you want to upgrade this backpack is because if I put this thing on my, well, down here, right, it should be on my back. Yeah, you cannot really see my cape, but we can actually also I think hide this thing. If we do this, for example, and then can hide it, so it's not like shown in on my back, but it still works. If I press B, we can get into our backpack, which is very nice. Now the backpacks can also have like upgrades, which are these things right out here. We will get deeper into that another moment. But yeah, like I've been saying, we can upgrade our backpack. So let's just grab a whole bunch of these. Let's put our backpack here, add these iron around it. So now if we put on this backpack and then press B, you can see I got a lot more space and an extra upgrade. Very nice, right? We're also going to get iron wood materials, which is needed for something. We have not figured that out when we were discovering this mod pack for 2 weeks just yet. And then there's also gold backpack, which you're going to get 1 golden door. We need 8 gold. I'm not sure if I got... No, I don't have 8 gold, so we're not going to do that one just yet. Alright, and so we have arrived at the Mushroom Island. Oh man, it's gonna be exciting on the battle stream, because who knows that the whales and orca whales are gonna attack us. It's gonna be something to discover. As you can see, this is like more of a small side road or a back alley road or whatever. I digged out this mine the last week. I need a lot of cobblestone. Now the roads might change of color and whatnot. But yeah, this is basically my stone mine. At some point we're gonna make an automated cobblestone maker, which we can do a lot of stuff with, which is gonna be crazy. Down here, what I would like to do is make a bridge, which is gonna go all the way to the other side, to this island down here. And in order to continue the roads, you know, for these parts down here, I'm making like a side road, which will then go down. So I think it's going to be a very fun project. As you can see, there's a lot of space for different shops. I'm not sure just yet what kind of shop I would like to build. I'm going to brainstorm for that. Up here, this is the only intersection, I think, at least 4-way intersection. No? How do you call that? Crossway? I'm not sure how that's called. Anyways, up here, next episode, we're gonna build the community center, and I got a couple of fun ideas that we would like to do for this part, which gives us a very cool overview of the whole shopping district town. These guys, they seem a bit angry, even though it's just friendly. But yeah, we are basically invading the whole island here. And with that being said, you know, there is so much more I would like to show, so much more I would like to explain. Ooh, what is that? A lucky horseshoe. I think maybe I got this from Salix or JD. Lucky horseshoe. Charm ring necklace. Negates fall damage. Oh. I think... Put it here? It's not showing up though, but